Many of us have been asking for change, but never thought that change would look like what we are experiencing now. We thought it would be magical and rainbowy, but now we see things are falling apart, and I'm on that with you. So now you may feel confused, unsure, scared, or even betrayed. However you feel, honor it. Your source never asks you not to feel scared, not to feel confused, not to feel sad. Give yourself some space and breathe. It is your right to feel however you feel. Give yourself a break. To ground yourself, you can go back to the things that make you feel better. Like you can go back to your favorite rituals, to your hobbies, simple things that bring you peace. Be gentle and kind to yourself, but don't run away from change. Remember all the times that you thought you were not going to survive and you did. You are much stronger than you think. Ask for help from your higher powers, from your source, and then be present to see the signs of support and help. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to do the job that is your job, because the universe knows that you are capable of doing it. But every cooperative components of this universe will be there to help you go through this change. That help and support can show up in many different ways. A special song, something that catches your eye and takes you out of the fog. A kindness from a stranger, repeating patterns, repeating numbers, a line in a book or a video that resonates with you. Just be open to all these forms of help and support that is coming to you. And I'm not saying all this as someone that is witnessing this change. I am in the middle of it. And all that I am telling you comes from my heart. So receive all the love that I am sending you. But there is something that I want to remind you of. You ask for change many, many times through expressing it, through your inner work, through setting new intentions. You ask for change, right? And believe it or not, universe is responding to you. And I'm not even talking about the change that is happening in the collective level. I'm talking about your personal life. All this chaos, all this destruction that you see in your own life and maybe in the lives of others are just signs of change. This change looks the opposite of what you ask for, I know, and it's not comfortable for sure. But what you had before was kind of like felt a little more secure, a little more familiar, a little less scary. But it wasn't what you wanted, was it? It took you some courage and awareness to realize what you had, yes, felt a little more secure, but wasn't what you really wanted. And this awareness came to you through wiping out layers and layers of dust on your soul and finally seeing a glimpse of your true authentic self. And when you got that glimpse, it became clear that that wasn't what you wanted, and now you know what you want. So take a moment to remind yourself of that, to remind yourself of the time where you remembered your true desires, your true aspirations, your true values. And when they became clear for you, you decided to go through this process of change, and the universe is responding to you. When you get to this point, to this level of consciousness, there is no going back. You can't feel uncomfortable and just decide to turn back. You know a lot more than the time where you were in those situations where you felt a little more comfortable, a little more secure. You are a lot more conscious now. So don't think if you resist this change that has already happened and go back to where you were before, things get better and you are going to feel better. Eckhart Tolle says that not accepting what is, not accepting what is already happened is insanity. Here is an analogy that may help. There is a term in agriculture that is called vernalization, which means offspring in Latin. During vernalization, a period of cold weather signals to the plant that the winter has passed and now it is safe to start preparing for reproduction. This period of cold weather happens right before spring, and it's like a wake-up call for plants. What you are going through and what I am going through is exactly like that, a period of cold weather just before spring. You have to go through this process to get ready for the universal energies to move through you and create the new. Now, the most important and the most powerful question you can ask yourself during this period is, who am I? When you ask this question, don't let your ego to answer this question. Sit with the question for a while. Feel the question and create the mental space that is needed for receiving the answer to this question through centering yourself, through calming yourself. When the answers come, they come in bits and pieces. And the more you receive these bits and pieces, the less you feel scared and uncomfortable. This powerful question opens your eyes to sacredness of your experience. It shows the role of your source in your experience. It takes you to your true essence where there is no fear, there is no limit, there is no lack. It helps you be patient and see the changes that are coming, because the changes that are coming after this period may not come in big pieces. They may come in small pieces. Like, for example, somebody becomes kinder to you, or a door that was closed before, now it is open. As these changes are coming, know that you cannot control this process. You cannot rush this process. It's exactly like nature. You cannot rush nature. You cannot make or force a flower to blossom. It needs to go through some process, but it eventually blossom. And you will be the same. After this period, you are going to blossom, but it may not be exactly in your timeline. So let the universe to work through you and bring about the new that is beyond what you have ever imagined. By letting go of our resistance to these changes that has already happened, we find our inner peace, and then we allow ourselves to experience new possibilities that already exist. And when you resist the change, just observe yourself. Don't judge yourself, and keep shifting your focus to the present moment again and again. Sending you my love and prayers. Until next time.